Hello everyone, this is MaffumanCasting, the StarCraft Star Battle. This is a 6-on-6 ship-building action game, starting as Zexy, XCXXE. We got a Sexy coming on in with a 1.61 speed, 4 laser batteries, definitely one-shot farming, fantastic. We got Scissors coming in, 5 upgrades on his phase disruptors. He's also going to be one-shot farming. However, he doesn't have any other abilities except for his natural shield recharging abilities. We got a Naked Put come on in there, 1.71 speed, faster than the other BC, but focus a little bit more on missiles instead and range. Lost Cause does have Blink. Blink can help him get in and out of combat effectively. And Bunny's back there, got that bombardment. Area of effect damage, lower armor, speed, all that because of that, but area of effect damage. We got a Smithy coming on in there up in the opposition side, also went for 4 lasers on his phase disruptors. Definitely one-shot farming again, no abilities though. We got Alien Hybrid going on in there. Has 1.71 speed, has longbow missiles. Get OSC going in there. We have 1.71 speed, longbow missiles, range. Doing a little dancing with Zexy over there. Arbiters and BCs all over the place. We got Papa Smurf coming on in there. Has the blink as well, blinking into combat. Not out of the bombardment right there, but he could if it wasn't on cooldown. Had enough energy and all that. Comin'at'cha coming on in there with 5 Protoss plasma shields, meaning he does get that shield armor bonus as well, 12 right now. He is just trying to push up with Naked Put. Bunnies is going to move on in there. Going to try to scare away the Papa Smurf. He will be able to blink out of there. He won't probably die. However, he's going to actually move on back. And Bunny just wants to keep his guns towards the enemy for a little bit. Nick Muffin, come on in there. Did have a plague. Did apparently use it on 2 people right there. You can see him still kind of like plagued out right there. Scissors as well as Sexy got some plague on them. And because of the plague, it's going to make the blue side kind of stay in base. Also, they have an unknown Jedi back there. Has not decided what upgrades he wants to do. We got Lost Cause trying to farm, not trying to die. Knows that McMuffin does have the plague, doesn't want to stay there too long. Will he end up using it? He will. Yep, right there. Right on Lost Cause. It's always a question. It's always a McMuffin could have plagued at any point. It's just a question of whether he wants to try to get 2 people, want to just solidly get 1. Either way, because of the plague doing hull damage, very easy for the blue side to be pushed back, and the red side to start building up that money advantage right there. Depending on how much they can push in is really up to them. If they stay within blasting range of a warp prism, they're going to find out that shields actually do go away after a little bit. Conaver, even the tank right there doesn't want to do it, and red side doesn't want to get back so far. He does want to stay up and farm. He knows he's a Colossus. Colossus have shields, but also do fantastically when they get a bunch of energy. Energy needs money. Money needs kills. Alien Hybrid moving on back, trying to get that little left bit of farm. Get OSC moving back as well. Looks like the entire red side is going to have that little bit of space. Can't really catch them. And it looks like Conaver is kind of bringing up the caboose right there. He is the Colossus. He will be able to get back as well, though. So it looks like there's a whole bunch of BCs and Arbiters on this. BCs, fantastic ships, have so many different paths and avenues that they can get back. Might even pick up a kill right there. It's actually pushing on in. We got to get OSC actually in the 3,000 life, and if another storm or so hits him, he could actually go down. Will he go down in the first 5 minutes of the game? You got a feedback being used on by Smithy, and Get OSC makes it back to base with some shields and 210 life. And it looks like Zexy almost able to pick up a kill there. Another round of missiles, another round of electromagnetic storm could have taken him out. So the choice of getting the feedback and going back just quickly enough to get an upgrade and go back, because remember, he didn't start off with one. He had to go all the way back to base, means that he was able to stop that kill right there. Get OSC will move back. Doesn't look like he has the bioplasmic biosteel, maybe even the fire suppression system, but right now he is able to get a little bit of health, because he's not taking any hull damage. Scissors wants to push on in there. He does finally, almost, there we go, have the enough for a electromagnetic storm. Smithy wants to use his feedback on everybody, especially right now in Lost Cause. Lost Cause has no energy, cannot blink. Zexy moving back. He has a good range, 9 as well as 8 for his laser batteries. Conaver, his abilities are pretty set at 8 range. He has to get within 8 range to do stuff. Missiles, are similar right there. He's going to try to burn down Bunnies. Bunnies going to have to move him back. He's being plagued. He's being shot at. McMuffin is out of energy right now. Can't do another side blast. But he's basically trying to wait and get a little bit more. We got Connor taking a whole bunch of hull damage as the shield tank and unable to pick up anything right there. Will Papa Smurf be able to finish off Bunnies at the very beginning of the game? No, he does not. He sees so many people coming in. He doesn't, I would like to get a kill, but he probably can't do it right there. Going to move on back, taking a few missiles, but not trying to take the entire team on. Really hard to do as a Void Ray is because you know that you're the damage person, you know that you're the person that everybody depends on you to kill all the kills. However, if you end up messing up on the kill and not killing, then you put yourself in a lot of risk because you don't have very much health. Knowing when to dive and when not to. We got a GetOSC does have the lockdown right now. Can lock down any units in the area. Naked Pit taking a whole bunch of damage right there. Being lost causes feedback. Storm being used defensively does not hurt your allies or yourself. So did put up a little wall of okay, if you really want to dive in there and take more damage, be my guest. We got Bunnies launching some standoff bombardments right there. We got Lost Cause taking over a whole bunch of damage. Will he be pushed back to base? He will. He does have a Plague. He does have lockdown. He's really no energy. Very happy to go back to base right now. We have Zexy taking some damage. We got Big Muffin. Whenever he has energy, he can do some fun stuff. Side Blast, Plague, both at the 100 right now. Could upgrade Plague to get it even more, but right now he just doesn't have the energy really to really sustain that. We got GetOSC taking a bunch of damage. Bunny's using his bombardment. That does channel you for a little bit, so it does damage in the area. However, it does also stop you from doing that. We got Conaver moving in there and taking a whole bunch more damage. There's no healer on this side. Smithy's not quite giving some shield love. Colossus in the burning and actually taking a whole bunch of damage as well. Very low health, about 1200 life. Papa Smurf trying to provide some defense, but he's a Void Ray. Void Rays are not really designed for defense; they're designed for offense. We got the red side healed up. Most of them were in the red, and you can only heal up 2 ships at a time. Luckily, McMuffin's perfectly fine. Out of money, but perfectly fine. Looks like he upgraded the Plague, still at 100. Shield. Looks like he has some Zerg, speed and some Mutalisks to farm. Doesn't worry about Energy Blast because you really don't need it. You need Mutalisks right there. Looks like he's going to go in there, get the Plague off on Bunnies as well as Naked Put. The money's about evening up, but the blue side is trying to retreat right now. We have Smithy. Ooh, feedback. Scissors and Smithy trading off the energy feedbacks right there. GetOSC moving on in. He does have a lockdown. He does use it on a Lost Cause. Lost Cause is out of energy. Will lose about 100 energy from the lockdown. However, also couldn't use his abilities if he was not drained of energy. Conaver getting feedbacked. Conaver knows he's going to get feedbacked. He sees 3 battle cruisers who could get locked out. He sees the Arbiter's been feedbacking all over the place, but he also went for 3 abilities. Now, that's perfectly fine. However, it does just take more time for that to happen. Colossus are very good once they get a whole bunch of energy, and so he just has to factor in getting feedbacked into that. Still good to have Hardened Shield. Still fantastic to have a recharged shield. Probably necessary. Thermal Lance is still a great ability. It's just that you're a big target for energy stuff. We have Papa Smurf has the Cloak. Now, Cloak is a good ability. There are a lot of Battle Cruisers, though, and Battle Cruisers as well as Arbiters do have abilities to detect if possible. However, getting sneaky kills is always good. Zexy taking the feedback. The money situation looks like Unknown Jedi has 366, Lost Cause 203, Bunny 641, Zexy 346, and Naked Put 289. Let's see what Bunny spends all of his money on. Looks like he does have explosive charges while adding more area of effect damage and getting a little bit of armor as well. Alien Hybrid is going to move on back. He has 6 upgrades on his missiles. GetOSC looks like he has 3. He had more money to put into missiles because he has no other abilities. That's perfectly fine. It's just a trade-off. He's going to move on back. 1.82 speed, pretty speedy. 1.71 speed, not as so speedy. Looks like McMuffin's going to move on back as well. He's got 304 so far. Alien Hybrid 403, 546 from Ghetto, Conaver 269, and Smithy leading the charge 470. Nobody's hurt right now, so he's not, he's just trying to get all the way back to base. And it looks like, let's see what he ends up spending his money on. Ooh, Ghetto, getting caught out there. I think he was typing and not moving. He's going to be moving back. He's going to take a whole bunch of damage, though. I mean, he locked down Bunny, but Bunny is just pushing up. Can use his abilities now. Going to use, Bombardment on him. Alien Hybrid, though, providing a whole bunch of damage support and not allowing anybody to get a kill right there. Looks like Ghetto's going to move back to his 569, being greedy and not dying. He had a feedback being used all over the place. Feedback for you. You get a storm over here. What other abilities would you like? Would you like a storm? Would you like a feedback? You can have anything you have. Now he's going to get locked down, and that makes him not able to use his abilities, even though he does finally have the energy for it. And Ghost's going to move on back, taking a whole bunch of damage from Bunny's. Bunny's just trying to bully his way around. He knows he does explosive charge as well as bombardment. Both of those have to get relatively close to do some stuff. And the blue side is going to try to retreat. They more or less evened up some money, but they are on the we're on the offensive side, so they are a little bit slightly behind, even though the numbers don't really reflect that as much. Looks like Unknown Jedi moving away, trying to use that angle. Lost Cause blinking away. Ooh, explosive charge being used. Now you can see the explosive charge. Sometimes it stops you from flying into it. Sometimes it does not. Looks like in that situation it didn't. Looks like Scissors is going to try to move back. The entire blue side is moving back. They're not like going straight back, trying to get that little bit of farm as well. Bunching up around, providing extra damage so Conbear can't just like move in there with all of his energy and abilities and all that. He has 500 right now, so we'll start getting energy relatively quickly back to use his fancy stuff. And Zexy has 375. He has Naked Put 107. Unknown Jedi is 235 at the moment. Now the red side's just trying to farm. Let's see if the blue side's able to do stuff. Not that many abilities. It looks like we have the Scatter Sweep as well as Lockdown right now for Unknown Jedi. Naked Put, no abilities at the moment. Scanner Sweep as well as Yamato Cannon. So two battle creatures have Scanner Sweep. Scanner Sweep basically just to detect that Void Ray. Do not want to get caught off guard. Looks like Ghetto's saying to set a Warp Trick. Whoever is basically back at base first heals up and then tries to go around the side. The positioning of that usually can get a kill. However, look at that Scanner Sweep. Scanner Sweep shows everybody on the radar as well as providing a tiny little area of detection right there. A little bit early though. I think if you Scanner Swap now, you could see Papa Smurf going off to the side. There we go. He does use that button. Zexy does. Sees that there's a sneaky Void Ray. Now, a sneaky Void Ray happens all the time. The question is, now when you start to see there you go, we saw it instantly pinged. We got a Smithy using the hold up ability. Now the entire red side's coming in through the warp. The blue side's coming in to defend them and not let Zexy be killed. We got a McMuffin launching his Side Blast. Does have a Plague as well. Has 550 energy in total, so we can keep on pressing these buttons relatively effectively. We got Papa Smurf moving in, being close, hurting Bunnies. Bunnies are taking a whole bunch of damage. We have the entire red side trying to attack Bunnies, but Conaver was taking so much shield damage, and he actually is out of shields at the moment. Trying to just absorb all of it from Naked Put and distract them and all right there. We got Bunnies in the 1,000 range. Does he have emergency shield? If it's not an emergency shield, he might not make it all the way back. Just barely gets enough life from Scissors right there to keep him alive. We got the Scanner Sweeps being used all over the place, so Papa Smurf could not just cloak his way to victory. Looks like Bunnies is going to survive. Everybody does right there. Zexy as well. The red side was not able to get any kills right there. Just going to try to farm a little bit, but that was not their original intention. And plus they're relatively hurt as well. So fantastic defensive move from the blue side. Everybody joining in, making that their stand right there, and actually surviving really well. We got Conover. He moved down to the side to recharge his shields. Colossus are shield, tanks. He has the recharge shield button. He needs energy for that, which he probably was, almost out of after that intensive battle. And you do actually also gain your shields relatively quickly as a Colossus. Plus, you can restore up to 1680 of them by himself. Alien Hybrid, 169, 126 from Ghetto, McMuffin, 197, 199. These are not very big numbers as far as farm goes. Some upgrades cost more than that, especially later on in the game. It's very little return from that. However, they had to go back at that time because they were all quite hurt from not getting up that kill. Papa Smurf moving in. He wants to get some damage on, but the battle cruisers are all over the place with their scanner sweeps. Looks like Naked Put has 10 shields and a bunch of range. He doesn't have any other battle cruiser abilities, but could definitely go back there and get some. Looks like he's going to attack the battle station. The red side is making their way out. Zexy is going to be hold up again. Second time. Let's see if the second time's a charm. Getaway moving in there, doesn't only have the lockdown, has some missiles, and it looks like Lost Cause is jumping in there to try to hit Bunnies. Bunnies trying to hit Smithy. Smithy's going to just move on in there. He is somewhat channeled by being the holder upper, but it looks like he's now going to just be focused in by the Void Ray. Looks like, again, Unknown Jedi able to escape. Zexy, very low health right now. Let's see if he goes all the way back to base. He is taken out, but then Smithy's also taken out by Lost Cause back there. McMuffin using a plague on Lost Cause. Papa Smurf hitting some Lost Cause as well. He has very little energy. Really is he just trying to cloak something? He has a couple seconds of cloak. He's going to just try to dive in there and take out the McMuffin, but McMuffin makes it back to base. And with that, Lost Cause is killed by Papa Smurf and an energy blast from McMuffin. A little side McMuffin combination. Aren't we all a little hungry? Not paid by McDonald's. We have Conover moving in there, and it looks like the game went from a 6 versus 6 to a 5 versus 4, with Zexy being taken out as well as the Void Ray. Scissors gonna move back to base 620. Naked Put 278, and it looks like Bunnies is gonna make it back to base with 630. Has the repair bots. It looks like he has a protective field. 2 high damage abilities, and plus he has enough money that he could buy more shields, or he also has the base 10 armor. Look at that fantastic Gatling cannon though. Because they just lost their Void Ray, he's able to step it up and do a little bit more damage than he was already focusing his Dreadnought to do. He has the bombardment, the explosive charge, he has the Gatling cannon. If he can get close to somebody, he can do a whole bunch of damage, and he won't die very quickly. That's the whole thing with Dreadnoughts. You are either totally safe or you are totally unsafe, because they are just all about positioning. If you're able to kite them, if you're able to escape from them, most people have range on their battle cruisers. There we go, some range on your battle cruiser, and you can outrange the Gatling cannon, which is kind of stuck at 8 range no matter what you do. He upgraded his laser battery, so it also goes from 6 to 8 range. He could upgrade it more, but every time he buys the range upgrade, it's only upgrading his range on his laser battery, not his Gatling cannon. Basically, Dreadnoughts have to face forward to shoot with their Gatling cannons, and it can only go at 8 range. Papa Smurf moving in. Bunny's set up the explosive charge. You can see it, but you also sometimes have to fly in there. Look, he's trying to do as much damage as possible. This Singular Tempest is just pushing away. Getaway using the lockdown on Bunnies. Bunnies has multiple abilities, and he has a lot of energy and storage as well. Alien Hybrid launching his missiles. He does 172 damage per missile, shooting 7 times, and upgraded his range up to 11. So he's just a far distance damage doer. He doesn't have anything special against any other ship, but he is just focusing on his missiles right now. 8 range at 8 upgrades, 116 per missile at 10 range. The difference right there, 72, 172, and 11. Bunny's moving in. We got Papa Smurf cloaked, attacking Scissors. There's a McMuffin launching his, side blast at Scissors. Scissors is going to move on back. We got Bunny's in a position where he's taking so much damage. He is the tank, but he can't tank damage forever. Looks like the Conair is going to move on in there. Does have his, Thermal Lance. He doesn't have enough energy right now, and it's just focusing on Hardened Shield. Who looks like Naked Put has lockdown, uses it on Alien Hybrid. Alien Hybrid doesn't have any abilities right now. Has all these little force fields providing some level of protection for the battle cruisers as they retreat. Alien Hybrid can't shoot through that little area, and it lasts for 6 seconds. Now the red side is going to try to attack. They're going to dive in there. McMuffin doing a little bit of damage as well. Will they be able to get this Warp Prism down? They have decent range, but it looks like Bunny's moved back just in time. Look at all that. He's locked down. He's plagued, but he's using his protective field. He's had the extra armor. Just finally is running out now. Meaning that Papa Smurf's, most of that beam, most of that charged up beam doing extra damage was also within the time that the protective field was being used right there. We got a reverse hold up. Little taste of their own medicine, red side. If Alien Hybrid is in danger right now, being held up by Scissors. Scissors providing a whole bunch of fire support with his force field, and looks like Conair just there taking a whole bunch of damage, but the some of it is faked. The Naked Put right now that's actually just a phantom right now. I think it worked on Papa Smurf. Papa Smurf was trying to take him out. Get OSC being chased away by Bunnies. Bunnies having again now he's not going to have any ability to escape. Laser batteries. Conair is taken out. While we're watching that, we got Bunnies in a position just doing so much damage to Ghetto. Ghetto going to turn around, going to try to do some reverse. We can't stay there for very long. We got Papa Smurf there. We got Unknown Jedi using his Scatter Sweep to protect his allies right there. Bunny's making it back with just barely some repair bots and love from Scissors right there. He was actually running with Scissors away from the red side. We got Alien Hybrid diving in. He wants to do some stuff. I guess he figures that the stasis field is out, but the other abilities are perfectly functional. He's going to try to retreat. Naked Put as well as Unknown Jedi. Naked Put's finally in the range where he can do it. Unknown Jedi though also attacking the battle cruiser up there. We got Get OSC taking a whole bunch. The serendipitous Sky Fury is just flying in there and going to provide a little bit of damage. It doesn't scare off the red side. And Alien Hybrid's at such low health. He is 96.5 for it, and he's taken out by Scissors, and then Bunnies is taken out as well with the explosive charge or the bombardment. Maybe we have now it's just a 3 versus 3. We got a Void Ray, a battle cruiser, as well as an Overlord versus a battle cruiser, Bunnies, the Dreadnought, as well as Arbiter. So kind of mirror-ish. I mean, at least you have some healer, right? Magic mage person has the ability to heal though. On the blue side. Opposing that is the Overlord, who's a high damage dealing magic unit. For the red side, got two battle cruisers with relatively similar builds. I mean, at least they went for lockdown together. Lower on the missiles because they went for lockdown. And the biggest difference is that we have a tank on the blue side versus a high damage dealing Void Ray. Now Bunnies is going to try to make it back to base. He has a base level of 36 armor, and whenever he gets energy, he uses his protective field, adding 50 extra right there. So 50 plus 36. We have some missiles actually barely do a little bit more than that. So with it, he takes damage so much slower. Scissors 660. Oh, into the 740s. He stayed for that little bit. Used that electromagnetic storm to help farm, kills the little ships in the area just as effectively as it does damage to capital ships. And click right there. We have creates an electromagnetic storm to last 4 seconds, causing up to 125 damage to light units, 1475 versus massive, plus 291 extra damage. So 291 extra damage to light units, 291 extra damage to massive units, just because he kept on upgrading his energy. it looks like Unknown Jedi, the fake Unknown Jedi, is just going to, die eventually. Maybe made the, red side a little bit happy for a second, but only to have that happiness taken away. The Phantoms are just, they're an illusory unit, which, cannot use abilities, cannot do damage, however can absorb damage. And if you can make the red side use an ability on you, like if you lock down something that can't do anything to you, if you use a plague or siphon energy, you can make them waste their abilities on things that aren't actual people. Beautiful plague right there, misses. It is an area of effect. He just the area was not big enough that he could hit bunnies. Bunnies was just lucky enough to move on back. Siege being used. Siege is a very risky move right there. It lowers the armor that he has. Papa Smurf's going to dive in there, attacking Scissors. He has a charge. He's getting locked down though and feedback. And will they make it back? Now they're holding him up. The Scissors is going to go in there. Get OSC trying to provide some damage support to save Papa Smurf. Papa Smurf is just waiting around in there. He has no energy left. He can't use any abilities. Doesn't have blink. Doesn't have I think he's on cloak, so he's after that right now. McMuffin launching a blast. McMuffin getting feedback as well. No energy right now to do any damage. He has no other really main things he can do. His bioplasma discharge, his little missile thing, not very powerful, and unupgraded. Energy blast also unupgraded. Only has Mutalisk to really farm. So without energy, he is just a sitting duck right now. Unfortunately, blue side was not quite able to get a kill right there. Barely able to defend. They were super close to base. Any further from base, I think that would have been a pretty big hiccup. But with that, the blue side is going to try to move on back. You have 623 from for bunnies. Scissors has 681. Unknown Jedi 400. Now they have a whole bunch of money. Oh, he sees it. He sees that pile of money right there in the form of Vikings that he hasn't killed just yet. Wants to shoot them. He doesn't one-shot farm, but at least he two-shot farms. Pretty decent, to be able to maintain that all the way through up until this point. But he also can use his abilities when he does have enough energy for them. Get OSC, trying to move on in there. He's got that nuke. He doesn't have enough energy for it, so he's just going to launch Lockdown, making sure that bunnies can't use his abilities, can't use his protective field. Going to take a whole bunch more damage. The red beam that you see is Purify. Purify creates a prismatic beam to additionally burn energy. Burns 30 energy plus 20 energy per charge. So if he can burn up to 50 if he's doing that, 70 if he charges twice. Looks like Unknown Jedi is going to move on back. He has enough for about 600-ish, 760, and Scissors 919. He can press any button that he has and he will do something. He's got Electromagnetic Storm. He's got Chrono Boost. He's got that Cloak. He's got that Force Field. He's got Phantoms. He's got Stasis. He's got Feedback. He can even Warp if he wants to. He has every trick in the book because every trick in the book has its own little role where it's great. Nuke, defensive nuke. Made sure that bunnies couldn't just charge in there. Didn't kill him, of course, but it was making sure that bunnies knew that he was going to take some damage if he's going to dive in there. And that's why there's so much of a gap right now. McMuffin moving back. He's got 341, 564 from Ghetto right now. Only has the two abilities. It looks like Papa Smurf, we're going to keep an eye on him. He's up on the side. He's got, he's got a blinking board ray. He can cloak. He can do all that stuff. Let's see if Unknown Jedi uses his scan. The scan would help detect. To answer the question of what the blue side really wants to react to that. We got that siege being used. I think they're just going to try to go in there, use that siege. It does. Here, I find the description. Looks like he is going to, just do a bunch of damage to that battle station. One more shot and it's gone. He is able to take it out. We have McMuffin going on the side. He's in a danger zone. He was not quite able to be killed. He's going to run away from the Dreadnought, but the Dreadnought keeps just slow pushing right there, taking out one tower. Really go for tower number 2. While this is happening, Papa Smurf is working on tower back there. We're going to keep an eye on him. He's using his charge all over the place, and it looks like he was able to take out one. He's going to go for tower number 2 as well. This is a tower on tower battle right now. battle station down there. Keep on, choosing the one that is taken out. Now there's no towers on either side. What that means is that the motherships are just very much less helpful. They still provide detection, no matter what, but their Purifier Beam went down from, like 25 range doing 200 damage to 8 range doing 20 damage, really meaning that you can dive in there. And also, their repulsor cannon, they no longer shoot down the farm ships, interceptors, all that stuff. So your base will start getting pushed a little bit further. Looks like the observer buddy flying on in there. I'm not sure if somebody else is on the blue side is piloting the observer, but they're at least keeping it right there, and it can detect the void ray. It looks like a little bit of chrono boost being used to move a little faster as they retreat. Not that they're in any physical danger except for scissors, but they just really don't want to dive. They have Papa Smurf using that electromagnetic, a purifier beam to burn down. Scissors keeping on flying. We got a charge being used. Papa Smurf doing a whole bunch of damage. Really, he does take him out. Nuke being used against Bummies. Now everybody's just trying to take out the Papa Smurf up there. He has less energy. He's being using his last energy to cloak. Blink just barely away. We have Ghetto now way beyond enemy lines. Bunny's moving in there, using Ian Angry, using all of his abilities. Now Ghetto is just trying to get a little bit closer, try to make sure that the Dreadnought is not necessarily seeing him, but he is unable to go all the way. We have a McMuffin being hurt. Unknown Jedi, will he dive in and kill them right there? McMuffin is just barely down, about 70 life. We have Papa Smurf burning down Unknown Jedi, but Ghetto killed by Bunnies right there. Bunnies out for blood. Ooh, if he can get that, if you can get Papa Smurf, it's just that Papa Smurf is a fast, quick Void Ray, 1.96 speed, and blink. Bunnies has to really play the angles correctly. Now, with that, McMuffin burns down because he had about 80 health. He just couldn't make it all the way back to base. It looks like the Observer is just seeing all the carnage going on. And it looks like Bunny could not quite get the angle. There was enough map for Papa Smurf to get back, and now it's just a 1 versus 1. We got a Void Ray, very hurt, gonna get it back to base, versus a Dreadnought. The Dreadnought has Siege, and he has a lot of abilities. Looks like 36 base armor plus 50. Papa Smurf does 135 damage with his prismatic beam. Can increase that with charge. Increases the damage up with the Void Ray by up to by 50%. Last 8 seconds stacks up to 2 times. Bunny's making it on back. Looks like he has about 1,200 money. What's he gonna send that on? If he gets more armor, he can possibly survive a little longer. Looks like he's going to set up the siege mode. The siege mode makes his base armor a lot lower, speed a lot lower, but replaces his Gatling cannons with the Gauss cannon, and the Gauss cannon is shooting at 17 range. Looks like this cute little observer buddy is going to provide a whole bunch of area of detection, and they're actually like surprisingly hard to kill. Even some abilities that should area perfect damage them usually doesn't. Yeah, like right there, the friendly fire doesn't affect them right there. Papa Smurf doesn't have the Energy Nova ability, and that might have been a way of possibly killing it, although you don't see them. It's very hard to see the shimmer. And what he's doing is just staying away. I mean, he's pretty far. Now it's just a question of who is going to make the mistake right here. We got the Void Ray able to cloak, able to charge up, able to do a whole bunch of damage, but never really going to be able to tank very many shots. I was going to say very much, but it is very many because you can't count them. I'm not going to. But he has 10,500 shields and then 5,000 life. Shields has a little bit of armor, 15.5. However, all of that's so much lower than 2,250 damage per shot Gauss cannon at 18 range. If the Void Ray tries to dive in, he's going to take a whole bunch of damage. With this Observer as well, providing some ability to detect, he could jump in there and take damage. That's why he's just seeing whereabouts the steel rain starts falling, and that's who he's trying to stay away from. Moving along, just along the side, he has 1280 right now, just still farming, still farming. Looks like the mothership is providing some layer of protection as well. If you just jump in there, hard to click on the dreadnought, even for people who are trying to click the dreadnought. Get in there. Okay, we got these cute little phoenixes just fighting it out. And it looks like he's just staying there, getting a whole bunch of money right now. But again, he has to go all the way back to use it. And the dreadnought's relatively safe. He is also able to farm a little bit. Like every shot that he does there, it does get him a slight bit amount of money. He's not in the Goldilocks zone, but he really can't dive in there as effectively. It looks like the battle of patience is going on even further. Now, with that, if he uses, he can try to drain energy as well, but the amount of energy drained is going to be a lot less than the 550 he has, because he's using his Gauss cannon mode. He has the range advantage. He upgraded it to 19 from 18. And but it just lowers how much armor he has. He can still keep on buying armor, and he can still keep on using his protective field. His protective field is maxed out right now, going to last as long as he possibly can with it on. The more armor he gets, the better, but there will be kind of a long startup lag from that, because it's 36 minus 27. It's if he keeps on buying armor, he could extend how much health he has, but it also is always going to be lower than it should be. It looks like Papa Smurf has 2,700 money right now. He's going to use a cloak. Now that's actually, like, it makes some sense, because these scouts are just the base level scouts. There's no secret carriers or anything like that. But it's equivocal. 100 damage per missile. 20 if you're shooting at the Phoenixes. Phoenix is doing 20 damage to capital ships, 4 to structures, but capital ships are here. He only has 10 upgrades on his shields. Let's see how much he ends up going for. But the base ships do start to stack up how much damage they're doing. Papa Smurf back at base. Will the Dreadnought move out of base? I think he's just going to stay there and turtle it up for a bit. Perfectly fine. As he's moving in, boom, he gets another shot right there, another shot right there. He's very protected. Let's see what Papa Smurf ends up going for. Papa Smurf has a 25 beam, 175 base beam. He can upgrade the charge and do that even more. 750 armor, or 750 energy, and that energy is just basically used all over the place. He's even using his charge to kill things a little faster. Phase disruptors, basically the damage versus the Phoenixes, it doesn't actually one-shot farm still. Yeah, now it does with the final upgrade. It has his little phase disruptors do 70, able to one-shot farm. Also his beam will do that as well. But he still uses his charge whenever he sees something crazy like these scouts. Will he move on up? He's got all the energy built up. He's got cloak ready. He upgraded it a little bit, so it's only draining 7 energy per second. That's very important. You don't want to run out of cloak. There is this observer though, at the ready. Bunnies. His Gatling cannon is 20 range, 2370 damage. Does not want to dive in there. And you see 1 to 2 shots. Even though he upgraded his his Protoss plasma shields 12 times, he has 18 armor with it. It's not the biggest amount of armor. Any little bit helps. But his maximum shield health, which is really all you care about in the Void Ray, is 1140. Not very many shots when compared to 2430 damage. He's also got the plasma shields. Plasma shields on Terran's ships do not add armor. However, they do at the 10 point. It makes them recharge even if you're taking a little bit of damage. Not very much, but a little bit. Ooh, Tempest moving in, Papa Smurf moving out. He could cloak, he could try to kill them, he's going to move in there. But with that, yeah, he sees how much even just splash damage this Gauss Cannon is doing. He's really not trying to dive in there. He's gonna move on the side, gonna get a little bit more farm. And Punny's just waiting. He's got nothing but time here. In about 5 hours and 400 upgrades, he could just max his range out and shoot across the map. Not technically impossible, but every time he upgrades, the upgrades get more expensive. So range starts off with 50, 100, 200, 400, 800, 1600 is his next one. He could do it if he gets that money. There's nothing stopping him. It just is if he has 1600, is that what he wants to do it? Same with engines. He upgraded them 3 times. Looks like laser batteries less, but look at this. To upgrade his kinetic weapons, which is the Gatling Cannon, as well as the Gauss Cannon. Also increases the speed for Gauss Cannon. Oh, that's just monstrous. Okay. He's shooting it at 2.25. 2.23 because he just upgraded it even more. 2600 damage. This Void Ray is just going to get melted if he dives in too far. He's just trying to stay in this little area. And it looks like, Bunny doesn't really want to move out. And there's some merit to that because of how much damage the Void Ray can do. And it looks like he's going to use his cloak. He's going to just try to cloak against these Phoenixes. They kind of just get upgraded every 10 minutes, so because it's been, almost 60 of them, they're going to get, upgraded even more at 6. They have a whole bunch of health, like a surprising amount of health. It's actually relatively hard to do this to one-shot farm. Void Rays have some ability where they do extra damage versus light ships with their phase disruptors. And, the way that it's kind of set up, they do have the little tiny cannons which are omnidirectional, right? See right there as he's flying away, he uses that. He upgraded his prismatic beam so quickly though that he shoots his long beam, the one that is always at 8 range, faster than he shoots his phase disruptors. You can't upgrade how fast they are. They just start off at 0.23. The prismatic beam starts out at 0.5, relatively slow actually. And then he upgraded his prismatic beam speed. And he's just flying around, farming it up. And looks like he has Commodore is assuming that he has 200 armor. He actually went for the opposite. He went for almost a lot of damage. He should maybe get some more armor just to survive. But you also have to remember that the mothership's also going to be healing. So if Papa Smurf dives in there, he has to contest with the mothership as well as the dreadnought. I guess you can go for the mothership as well. The mothership only has 10 armor. It just has 25,000 shields, 25,000 life. Now he does a whole bunch of damage, prismatic beam 175 because he's using his charge. It does even more. But will that be enough to take out a mothership, or should he just stay on the slower path of trying to hurt the dreadnought? The dreadnought has a base armor, does have protective field. He's getting healed from the mothership, but it's just a question of. But he has, lower health than the mothership. Maybe not for long though. If he keeps on getting upgrades. Looks like Papa Smurf has 4,000 money, 4,400 money. What is he going to spend things on? But you can see just every one of these upgrades, they get more and more expensive. Beam 190, 195, 200. Doing the math for me. This is fantastic. We have 26 upgrades on his shields, 35.5 armor on those shields. He has 17,700 shields. The 5,000 health does not change though, even though he has the Protoss plating, because he's a Protoss ship. When you upgrade the hull, you only get armor upgrades. When you upgrade the shields, you get the shields plus the shield armor count increases. Opposite strategy with dreadnoughts. When Terran ships in general, when you upgrade the plating, you also get a armor bonus on that extra health. So and then the plasma shields, you only get the 500 extra, you know, health. It doesn't have any armor count associated with it. Drop the hammer on these tiny little ships. Imagine being one of the cute little Viking pilots. You know, you're going along, you're going through with your squad, like, okay, guys, we're gonna fight some phoenixes. This is gonna be perfectly fine. And then, kabam! We have, you know, this dreadnought Gauss cannon 970 just to, like, you know, light ships. If there were any, you know, Sky Furies, they would be melted. If you're an Archangel, you're feeling extra special because, you know, you have the fancy ship. And even still, 172, actually a decent amount of health. A lot lower than 970 though. Pop Smurf being cloaked. Smart in cloaking to not take any extra damage. He knows he has a limited amount of health right there. And it looks like, you know, he's just staying out of range, Bunny's still protected by the mothership. It looks like he's just going to moonwalk and shoot. He's trying to actually use his prismatic beam more than he's using his phase disruptors right there. However, just angle and you automatically shoot your phase disruptors. And it looks like, will he decide to go in there? He's going to get a little bit close. He is shot at least once. He uses his cloak to make sure he doesn't get shot again. Will he go in there? He's going past the observer. The observer is not using detection just yet. It does cost energy. 25 energy to start up the button, plus 5 per second. He's at full energy right now, but you don't want to just, you know, decloak, you know, and detect things unnecessarily. Moving back, Michael Jackson moonwalking, seeing that giant explosion, saying, I don't want to be in that exact location. But will he be able to move up any further? The Bunny's just providing some damage and some, like, you know, scare tactics away. And it looks like these scouts are going to move on in there. These scouts are saying, hey, wait a second, I can't shoot that cloaked thing anymore. Let me go shoot these Archangels. They're just equivalent ships. There's no difference between, let's say, a Phoenix and this Viking. 23, you know, damage versus, you know, the other people, and you know, 4.6 versus the mothership. So the mothership has 10 armor. They wouldn't be able to necessarily kill them just with Vikings alone. But I mean, eventually, because the red side is pushing up, and because Papa Smurf is providing some damage as well, the red side is generally able to farm in this area. Honeys. 3,009. Oh, there we go. Well, 3,150. You know, Gauss cannon. And because he's been upgrading his Gauss cannon, it also does speed up how quickly he's shooting. So he went from much slower to now just 2. A little bit while ago it was 2.25, now it's 2. Gets slower and slower each time he upgrades it. That's another extra added benefit of, you know, of that. Papa Smurf moving back, seeing some stuff. Get a little bit of a splash damage hit. He doesn't even want to worry about the Sky Furies, just takes them out instantly. This range is slowly creeping across the map. Looks like he's just, you know, unable to really dive in there. And, you know, Bunny's, you know, is just staying in the base. He's waiting it up. He really, you know, can do more stuff. Upgraded his Terran Plasma Shields because he had a little extra money going on. Only 80. He is now sort of at the point where he's seeing, okay, well, he has 550 energy. He doesn't really need energy anymore. You know, his Gauss cannon is very much helping him farm. And so he doesn't really need to upgrade his laser batteries much more anymore. So he's just relying on that. Pop Smurf, staying on the side, seeing whatever lane seems to get the money right now. It kind of follows in a little bit of a wave pattern. It's not going on all sides at all points. It's having something up top, sending some in the middle, sending some to the bottom. It kind of like slowly moves around. Papa Smurf says it's go time. Let's see what he ends up spending his ridiculous amount of money right there. Another, another 4,000 money? Yeah, it's a gallon of milk. How much could it cost? 4,000 minerals. We have 41 beam, 255, 260, 275. Keeping on upgrading it, and look how much money it's costing. Again, he could try to upgrade his speed a little bit faster, but it would just cost 1,600 money. He actually had 1,600 money times 2, but he didn't decide to, upgrade. He didn't decide that was what he wanted to spend his money on. Prismatic beam now costs 250 to upgrade. Phase disruptors 150. Upgrading shields would cost you 185. Upgrading core would be 160. He's getting a whole bunch of money every time he goes up to attack the mothership. And attempt not to die against the Gauss Cannon. However, the things that he wants to buy are also increasingly getting expensive as well due to inflation. It looks like Papa Smurf's going to dive in there. He's got 900 potential energy. He's going to move on in there, and he right now, the Bunnies sees that something's happening. He's attacking right now. The observer is not detecting, but the mothership is. Bunnies is quite hurt. He's going to keep on moving, and he is going to use his shield. He is taken out right there, and that is going to be GG. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Test of patience right there. Test of how much damage this fully upgraded, armed, and operational Death Star that the Papa Smurf Void Ray is right now. Make sure you guys send your replays to MaffumanCasting at gmail.com. Press like, press subscribe. We are doing StarCraft Star Battle all the time.